What is going on, guys? My name is VBD Design, and today I'm bringing you some gameplay from the map Hanoi, and of course we're playing some Domination as we always do. And this is some 65 and 4 gameplay on a map that I really do not like at all. I know most of you guys do not like this map either, but this is a prime example of playing defensive yet still playing the objective. I end up getting 15 defends in this game. I think maybe like 3 or 4 captures as well. So it's just going out there to show that you can play defensive and still do pretty well and still play the objective. I kind of screw up here in the beginning a little bit. But this is actually going to be, I'm not going to talk too much about the gameplay. Fuck that guy, by the way. I'm not going to talk much about the gameplay. This is actually going to be the first episode of a new series that I hope goes over well with you guys. It's going to be VBD Design's Stardom Situm. And basically what I'm going to be doing is suggesting roughly about 5 players to sit and 5 players to start in your fantasy football lineups. Now, I'm not necessarily a fantasy football guru, but I've been playing fantasy football for probably 12, 13 years now, and I do normally win every league that I'm in. I'm in some high money leagues, where you have to pay $150, $200, $300 to get in these leagues, and I normally do win. Sometimes I even go undefeated, so I do know my shit when it comes to fantasy football. I also play fantasy baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, the whole 9 yards, but football is obviously the big sector of fantasy sports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stay away from the obvious matchups. I'm really going to be unbiased when I pick these things. I am a Chicago Bears fan, so I'm not going to be like, oh, the Packers suck, because I'm a Bears fan. Don't play anybody that's the Packers. I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm going to actually try sit here and help you guys make hopefully smart decisions and decisions that may end up giving you guys the W against whoever you're playing, if you're in a head-to-head league or if you're just a total points league. I'm in both. Some of them are combinations of both. So, but hopefully this goes over well. The first player I want to talk to you guys about, this may be somewhat obvious, but it's in leagues that aren't very deep where you may have 2 decent quarterbacks on your team. This guy is probably a start in anybody's league regardless. So this is I kind of just broke the first rule I just told you guys about, but this way I'm going to give you this guy anyway. Aaron Rodgers. Obviously he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year. Reason I'm picking him is because he's going up against the Atlanta Falcons. There should be no reason for you guys to worry about having Aaron Rodgers go up against this guy. They went up against Tavares Jackson and they gave up 3 touchdowns to Tavares Jackson, who's an absolute horrid quarterback. I mean, the man's thrown for over 1,300 passing yards, 12 passes for touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. He is a beast. I cannot stand the cocksucker because I'm a Bears fan. But if you have him, do not feel bad about starting him this week against a defense that is absolutely atrocious against the pass. My second guy to start this week is Fred Jackson from the Buffalo Bills. He's going to be going up against a rush defense, which is absolutely putrid in the Philadelphia Eagles. They have a great secondary, but their rush defense is horrid. He had a tough week last week against the Bengals, but I'd expect him to bounce back, about maybe even breaking the 100-yard mark and scoring a touchdown or 2 for you. So definitely start Fred Jackson in week 2. The third guy you want to start for sure this week is Roddy White up against the Green Bay Packers. The reason I have him on here is for 2 reasons. One, he's on the injury list as the injury report with a thigh injury. He did not practice on Wednesday, but he definitely will play. So definitely start him. And he's going up against a suspect Green Bay Packers secondary who has a lot of turnovers this year, but gives up big yards to big-name receivers. So unless something changes, definitely start Roddy White in week 5. Now, my 4th and 5th picks are going to be somewhat sleepers, only because of the fact they're not expected to do very well this week, but I'm here to tell you otherwise. The 4th guy to definitely start this week is LeGarrette Blount. Now, he's going up against the 4th-rated rushing defense in San Francisco 49ers, and I'm here to tell you that he's going to have a big day. He's a very physical back, and nothing like San Francisco has seen yet so far. I expect him to score maybe 1-2 touchdowns down the goal line. He may not have 100 yards rushing, but he's going to put up some decent points for you, so definitely start him in week 5. And the last guy that you need to start this week for Week 5, the NFL season, is Mark Ingram from the New Orleans Saints. He's going to be going up against the Carolina Panthers, who have an absolute horrid rush defense. They let Matt Forte run for over 200 yards last week. He's a very big bruiser back. He may not rush for over 100 yards, but he's going to get some scores down on the goal line. So I'd expect him to at least net you some 15, 20 fantasy points. So he is a must this week, maybe even over some star running backs that you already have on your team. Now on to some players that I feel that you need to bench no matter what. Do not touch them with a 10-foot pole. They will cripple your fantasy team this week. And number 1 is Jay Cutler. It hurts for me to say this because I'm a Bears fan, but Jay Cutler is a Jekyll and Hyde quarterback. And this week he's going against one of the best pass rushes in the league in the Detroit Lions. They don't have the best secondary, but when Cutler's under pressure, a lot of times he throws a lot of picks. So please, please listen to me and stay away from Jay Cutler. This is coming from a Bears fan. You do not want to start him this week. The second guy that you need to stay away from this week is Stevie Johnson, wide receiver from the Buffalo Bills. He's going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, who have 3 Pro Bowl cornerbacks. Yes, they've been burnt for a lot of yards this year, but I guarantee you Andy Reid is going to shove something up their ass and get them fired up to make sure that doesn't happen again. Stevie Johnson is what I like to compare to the new Terrell Owens. He's very cocky, very arrogant, and every so often he's going to put up a dud game. This is going to be a dud game. Do not start him. Third player not to start this week is Beanie Wells from the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of people are going to start him just because he had a huge week last week with 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards rushing. He's going up against a very good rush defense in the Minnesota Vikings. They are animals when it comes to stopping the run. Do not start Beanie Wells in any way, shape, or form this week. I expect actually Minnesota to win that game. The last 2 do not play him this week is going to be from the same team, so I'm going to do them together. Ben Roethlisberger and Rashard Mendenhall. Roethlisberger, like Mendenhall, are both somewhat quasi-injured. I don't know if Mendenhall is definitely going to play, but if he does, stay away from him anyway. They're playing the Tennessee Titans this week, who are animals. They're very, very good defense, and I just think Ben Roethlisberger is going to have a horrible day passing against that. They have a very good scheme defense. Do not start Ben Roethlisberger, especially due to the fact that he's not feeling the greatest. And Rashard Mendenhall hasn't done anything. I don't think he even has a pulse anymore. You need to stay away from him. If you have Isaac Redman, if you don't have Isaac Redman, pick him up. If you have Mendenhall, Redman should be getting a lot of carries this week and could fill in the gap until Mendenhall comes back to life. Because as of right now, I wouldn't start him over anybody as far as running goes. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Oh, one other thing. Pick up Matt Moore if you're in desperate need of a quarterback in deep leagues. Chad Henne is out for the season, so Matt Moore, as of right now, is going to be the starting QB in Miami. I don't know if he's really going to put up that many points, but you may need him for a bye week, so make sure you do pick up Matt Moore if you're in need of a quarterback. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Final score is 65-4 at 15 defends. Follow me on Twitter. Be greatly appreciated. Peace.